Hey there, West Michigan. Thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens. It's been a great start to the weekend, but by the end of this weekend, we're looking a little bit cloudier, and next week is going to be a little bit rainier too. So hope you can get out and enjoy the nice weather while it's around. Kathy was out there. This was in Gowan. Thanks for sending in this photo. A couple clouds hanging around sunset this evening. Of course, those clouds continue to build as we head through tomorrow. Of course, if you're out and you get a weather photo, we'd love to show it here at 13 on your side. You can send it to me on social media. Meteorologist Michael Behrens on Facebook and at Mike Behrens WX on the X, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. Temperatures out there Saturday hit 75 in Grand Rapids, 80 in Muskegon, 77 Holland. Something clearly wrong with the sensor in Ludington. Did not hit 140 this afternoon. The forecast inside 3 degrees now 15 days in a row. Told you 78 hit 75. Only 3 misses in the last month of forecasting. When it comes to tomorrow, look for temperatures to be about the same as today. That's why 13 Weather Ball is lit up in green as a no change is foreseen.
The 13 Weather Ball is sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln Grand Rapids.
And those temperatures going to hold tonight at least fairly comfortable, a little bit cooler out there. Lakeshore County still in the 60s as of about 10:30, 59 in Grand Rapids. Temperatures tonight will drop into the 50s for most of the region. We'll settle in the 50s through the overnight hours with a day tomorrow that starts out with sunshine but progressively gets cloudier as the day goes on. Again, if those temperatures hang at about the same as today, we'll drop to around 51 here in the city tonight with mostly clear skies taking back over by sunrise. Clouds build throughout the day Sunday, high of 74. Showers possible on the southern side of the viewing area Monday with temperatures that'll continue downward, only 72 as we start the work week. You can see a little bit of cloud cover pushing into West Michigan here this evening, but clearer skies are back out over the lake. We'll get through that clearing tomorrow morning before cloud cover intensifies ahead of that rainfall out to the west. This rainfall, though, not going to impact us here in West Michigan. It's what's coming from the east that will actually bring us our rain chances as we head through Monday and the midweek. So let's go and track that hour by hour. We're looking again at a few clouds around through the evening that'll dissipate by sunrise, back to mostly clear skies to start the day Sunday. That'll turn mostly cloudy by Sunday afternoon. Rain stays on the other side of the lake. We stay cloudy as we head into Monday morning. That's when we start to see a few scattered showers start to work their way toward the southern counties. Most of this chance will be after the noon hour, and it will continue to rise as we head into Monday evening. We'll turn to more widespread showers as we head into the day on Tuesday. Possibly if a rumble of thunder in here, these rain chances will stick around all the way through Thursday morning before they work their way out of the region. Here's a look at temperatures for your Sunday. Mid to upper 70s on the lake shore as cloud cover builds in. We'll see more 70s in our northern zones with temperatures that'll hold around the mid 70s from Grand Rapids down to Kalamazoo. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. Temperatures will drop all the way to the upper 60s by Wednesday and Thursday, but it won't stay there long. We're back up into the upper 70s, even close to 80 as we head toward the end of the forecast with that first full weekend of fall. Well, really not feeling anything like fall as we head toward the end of the 10-day.
The 13 on your side beach and boating forecast, sponsored by AAC Credit Union.
And now it's time for a look at your beach and boating forecast. Calm conditions continue into the back half of the weekend. We'll see waves of about a foot at their highest across the lake throughout the day Sunday. Again, sunniest skies in the morning, clouding up by the time we head towards Sunday evening. Water temperatures remaining mild for this time of the year, mostly in the mid to upper 60s all along the West Michigan shoreline. This week, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, along with the Michigan State Police and other organizations toured storm damage across West Michigan. That damage came from storms last month as severe storms spawned tornadoes around the state, including one here in Kent County. Despite happening so long ago, damage remains visible and widespread. 13 on your side's meteorologist Samantha Jacks was with the team as they went across their survey.
Nearly 1 month ago, 7 tornadoes ripped throughout the state of Michigan, leaving behind damage like this that's still present today. Today, 4 teams of federal, state, and local personnel are assessing the damage, starting in West Michigan at Pine Air Mobile Home Park.
So basically what we're doing is we're going around and we're just checking for any sort of storm damage. So any damage to structures, whether it's private property or businesses, and then we're collecting that damage, we're recording it. A report will be compiled, and then it'll be reviewed by state officials, and then a determination will be made whether or not federal assistance will be requested to come in.
Members of the community still displaced from their homes after nearly 4 weeks of time and looking for answers. There's no clear deadline as to whether or not FEMA is going to provide funding and when they would receive that funding. Reporting from Kent County, I'm meteorologist Samantha Jacks.
And the night of those storms was very busy at 13 on your side. As those tornadoes touched down, we were on the air covering it, and we have a behind-the-scenes look now on our streaming app 13 Plus. That's where you're watching this right now. Again, that coverage from August 24th. Chief Meteorologist George Lessons will walk you through it, and several of our staff that were working that night at 13 on your side will talk about what it was like here in the station as the tornado sirens went off. Now to a health alert for one West Michigan man. The West Nile virus is personal. He's been paralyzed from the virus since 2017 with 3 confirmed cases of West Nile in West Michigan, including 1 in Kent County and 2 in Ottawa County. He has a message as people head out in the evenings to enjoy our mild weather. 13 on your side's Micah Cho reports.
Yeah.
Like working in the yard, doing various projects around the house and stuff like that, like biking quite a bit, just spending time outdoors and just enjoying retirement.
Before West Nile left him paralyzed in 2017, Al Wazik was active and enjoyed spending time with his wife and being outdoors. 6 years later, he's still recovering.
Whatever I can do right now, 6 years later, took me 6 years to get to. And I'm still getting stronger. There are still some things that I can do now that I couldn't do a year ago.
He spent over 5.5 months in the hospital, also spending time at Mary Free Bed.
About 1 in 150 people get severe symptoms, and that's what the case was with me.
With 3 new cases identified in West Michigan, Walzak hopes the best for those affected.
So I think about what they might be encountering at this time, right after they got infected. And I think, they got a long road ahead of them if it's going to be that severe.
The person in Kent County with a confirmed case is currently in the hospital. Steve Kelso, communications manager for the Kent County Health Department, says they may have contracted it near southeast Grand Rapids, but adds it's more likely in other places in the county.
When you see a release come from Ottawa County, it is now logical to assume that the conditions are ripe for West Nile virus to be present in all areas of our community.
It's that reason the health department is no longer using mosquito traps to test for the virus for the rest of the year.
Now, once we have found that something exists in those tests, the messaging is largely the same after that date. Once we know that West Nile virus or any of those other viruses is present in our community, what we can tell you now is it's here, and it's time to really start taking precautions.
And that's a message that Walzak can't stress enough.
If you do something up front and prevent it from happening, then you don't have to deal with what happens afterwards.
And now to some environment news. There's new momentum to generate solar power in a Grand Rapids landfill this week. The Butterworth landfill is located between John Ball neighborhood and the Grand River. It closed in the early 70s and has been an open grassy area with walking paths since it was remediated. At a last meeting of the City Commission, they expressed support for private development of solar power across the site. The main proposal sends electricity to the city's primary circuit, which powers streetlights, traffic signals, and other facilities across the city. And See It, Squish It, Report It. That's what the Michigan DNR wants you to do if you see a spotted lanternfly. The DNR says these invasive insects tend to come out in late summer to early fall and move across our state by hitchhiking or laying eggs on vehicles and other equipment that travel through infested areas. The DNR suggests checking your vehicle, especially if you take a trip out of state. Adults are about 1 inch in length with folded wings, gray to brown in coloring with black spots. Egg masses resemble old chewing gum with gray waxy putty-like coatings. If you find any, you're asked to report it to the Michigan DNR. And roughly 15,000 trees are being planted in Grand Rapids over the next 5 years. It's thanks to a $5 million federal grant. MLive reports the grant was announced by Representative Hillary Skolton this week. The trees will be planted in the Friends of Grand Rapids Parks Urban Tree Garden. The $5 million grant is being provided by the U.S. Department of Agricultural and Forest Service through the Inflation Reduction Act. And while it may now be the first day of fall, funding is on its way to expand 2 of Grand Rapids Parks and Recreation's programs, and that includes the department's free summer day camp and outside gear library. For the last 15 years, city leaders created the Grand Rapids Children's Fund. The program allows people who pay city taxes to donate a portion of their taxes to fund the parks, so children who live in the city can enjoy recreational programming. So far, the program has raised more than $150,000 and is now a portion of that money is going to support programs like these.
What we'll be doing specifically is building a gear library trailer that will go to different school outings and schoolyards, green schoolyards that we built in partnership with Grand Rapids Public Schools over the years. And we'll make that gear available to the kids and the teachers that may need it so that they can get outside, they can use those outdoor classrooms.
The director of the Parks Department says it's thanks to Grand Rapids voters who have overwhelmingly supported the park's millages. And finally tonight, check this out. As we enter a season synonymous with corn mazes, one North Carolina man is becoming locally famous for his beach mazes. Hunter Gibbs is now known as the Sunset Beach Maze Man for the intricate mazes he carves out of the sand. Gibbs says it's something that he first started doing in 2005 and it's just grown over the years, and now it's something vacationers look forward to every year.
Keeping it is the complexity. Trying to keep it as complex as I can, make it as frustratingly fun for you. So I get to sit back and enjoy watching y'all get through and get frustrated, but I'm still pulling for you because you can still get through and you can make it to the end.
The mazes can sometimes take up to a couple hours to carve out, and although he will make simple ones for people of all ages, some of those are certainly very complex. And now that you're up to date with the latest forecast and some weather and environment news from here in West Michigan, you can always find more online at 13onyourside.com or by downloading our news and weather apps. For now, though, thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens.